The rigors of the campaign trail are beginning to show just a bit. And the tone and temper of the candidates and their supporters, well, folks, you can see it every day. Take a look at former President Bill Clinton and Republican Mitt Romney as they tangled with reporters yesterday.
All I care about is making sure that some voters have it easier than others, and that when they do vote, when it's already easier for them, their vote should count 5 times as much as others. That is your position. If you want to take that position, get on the television and take it. Don't be accusatory of me. I have nothing to do with this lawsuit. Some people in Nevada are old-fashioned. They think the rules should be the same for everybody, and everybody's vote should count the same. I had nothing to do with that lawsuit, and you know it.
He's not running my campaign. He's not running my campaign.
He's helping you make strategic decisions.
He's not running my campaign.
There was another lobbyist involved in your senior manager too.
Listen to my words. All right? Listen to my words.
That's semantics. So running your campaign and giving you advice. Come on, he's on the plane.
Hey, Glenn, save your arguments for
Okay.
Let's talk. Let's you and I talk.
I'd be glad to talk anytime.
Julian Epstein is a Democratic strategist and former White House Judiciary Committee counsel, and Pat Buchanan is a former presidential candidate of some note, and of course an MSNBC analyst, a successful candidate in some places, I might add. Gentlemen, always great to see you. Pat, you've been through this before, and let's face it, you're working long hours, you're on the road, the stakes are high. I would expect there to be some tempers to flare every now and again, right?
Sure. The President of the United States, he's former President Clinton, his wife, just a near fatal incident up there in New Hampshire. But if she'd lost that, she'd been in terrible shape. He's been going at it for a year. Everything's on the line, the great comeback, everything. And I think he's out there. He's got a basic point. Frankly, in Nevada, it does look to me like, in most Americans, if they're voting in casinos, something is odd. And so I think he saw that, and they're probably sort of accusing him of being behind the suit. But he is stressed out. There's no question about it. And he's acting like a candidate who is stressed out. And when you get a candidate like that, what we used to do in the Nixon days was take him down to Key Biscayne for a couple of days.
Have him relax, a little R&R. You know what, Julian? I look at this, and I don't know, maybe I'm just, jaded. I like it when they sort of push back. In the case of Romney, he really seemed to rough up Glenn a little bit and say, hey, look, don't put words in my mouth. He's not running my campaign. Does it help the candidates when they push back like this, do you think?
I think they have to push back, but I think they have to be dignified. And I think in the case of the president, he's frustrated. If he were the candidate, it'd be a lot easier for him. It's like when someone you love, your spouse, your child is attacked, you almost take it more hardly than if you're attacked yourself. And so I think his feeling is, and to Pat's point, is that it's great to be able to vote in your workplace, if that's where the rules are in Nevada, but to allow one constituency to vote, which is a pro-Obama, and not the pro-Clinton constituency to vote in their workplace, is a little bit unfair. And after what Democrats went through in the year 2000, you can understand why the president would be frustrated. But I think it's very important for the Democrats to get past the negativity and the shrillness and to get back to bread and butter issues, particularly with what's happening on the economy. And frankly, if Hillary Clinton can seize the reins on the economic issue, I think she can paint a very favorable contrast to her and Obama, particularly given what we had during the Clinton years. So I think that's where they need to be.
You're right, though, about wanting to defend not only his wife, but in this case, I think the argument is, hey, look, this is incredibly high stakes. We're not just talking about, okay, it's some state that's way down the list here. We're talking about if Hillary Clinton loses, if Senator Clinton loses Nevada, it's possible, certainly conceivable, she could lose South Carolina. Then you're looking at this domino effect. And so I think, well, I think it's certainly possible. I think you'd have to be fair about that. I mean, it's possible. If she lost Nevada and then lost in South Carolina, no wonder he's feeling upset about this, because then you're looking into going into Super Tuesday down 3-1.
Sure, there's no doubt about it. I mean, Obama would regain that tremendous momentum he came out of Iowa with. And I think the idea that, where the culinary workers endorsed Obama, and they're the guys in the casinos on the Strip, and everybody's got to go into a caucus and stand up and raise their hand, and you got this straw boss there is watching everybody come through and seeing how they're voting. I can understand, but I do agree that the President of the United States, which Clinton is, really, this is not at the dignity level of a former president. He's acting like a surrogate. Now, Romney is much more understandable. The guy was in his face repeatedly, and he said, look, the guy's not running my campaign. Yeah, he's an advisor, and he wouldn't leave it alone. And so Romney really came at him, but it does suggest that even after the debate, Romney went at the guy after the press conference. He was ticked off, but I agree with you. I mean, it shows a little bit of passion and fire there that we haven't seen so far.
But I think Romney's laid a procrustination she in bed to the extent he wants to talk about change, and he does have lobbyists as senior people inside the campaign. It is a semantical difference he's making. With respect to the point that you made about Nevada, I think it's very possible, given the suit yesterday and the judge's decision, that Obama could win in Nevada, although Hillary's been picking up steam there.
Quite a lot, yes.
And she's actually ahead in most of the polls. In South Carolina, Obama had about a 15-point victory, and that's coming down as well. So she's certainly picking up the momentum. But even if she loses in Nevada and in South Carolina, if you look at the other big states on Super Tuesday, look at 4 states. Look at California,
absolutely.
New York, New Jersey, Arkansas. Almost half of the delegates are available during that Super Tuesday fight, and she is clearly ahead. If you look, and this is not about states, this is about delegates. She is clearly far ahead. So I think she's got to get to the issues, got to stay away from this abstract notion about who's a better agent of change, and the economy is a huge opportunity for her.